DMT and me. So these things don't really have any intros or outros. I just dive in. I'll give you a little bit of build up into me actually trying the drug so you can kind of get where I'm coming from. Me, I'm a person that does not really give a fuck about the human world problems. I don't care about black, white. I don't care about these politics. Somebody doesn't have to lead me to do the right thing, put it like that. So regular world problems really it gives me no substance, like I always dwell on the unknown, black holes, quantum, why are we here? Things of those natures, science, philosophy, just because in philosophy and the human, I do dwell on that part, the philosophy and the way humans operate. Like I said, if you've watched any of these or listened to any of these, I'm always put myself in the other seat because being human to me is so easy. So I dwell in different challenges. This is my mind goes from one thing to another every 4 seconds. Anyway, so DMT, I was hearing about, Joe Rogan. And in this time of my life, I was more thinking not like wrap this shit up, but like, what the fuck is this? And, how do I get to the bottom of it? Is everyone here real? Is this my own reality and everyone is not real? And if I truly believe that, if that's the case, that means my life has some sort of faith. Destiny, if you will. Some sort of destiny. I didn't mean to say faith. Some sort of destiny. It's like, it's already programmed for you to do a certain thing. When I think about that, I also think about why would I bet on games? But what if it's designed to me to win a certain bet? What if it's designed to me not to? Because sometimes you'll see, and this is like my ADHD is kicking in a little bit off topic, but LeBron can't get 15 points, bro. Anyway, I'm sorry. Come back. I'm sorry. Come back. So yeah, I dwell in those thoughts of what is this? Is this simulation? Is this real? Is it natural? It gives all the attributes to all these answers, and whatever it is, I do know that it's perfectly put together. It is perfect. It is the same amount of bad people on the earth is the same amount of good people on the earth. Always remember that. There's exactly the same amount of good people that there are bad people. This whole thing is balanced so perfectly. So perfectly. It almost seems this is made up. So me dwelling in the thoughts of those and the thoughts of me just not feeling like I fit in with the normal custom of being human. The 9 to 5, the job, come home, kiss your wife, maybe buy a new car, go back to work, do the whole thing all over. Dwelling in that is just so psychotic to me, but it's safe. It's so safe. So people would rather do that because they kind of know it. It's so safe to live that way, to me, in my eyes. Now, honestly, it could just be, this is survival and I'm doing it the right way. But me, I just can't dwell in that. I can't dwell in working at Green Egg. Oh shit, I didn't mean to say that, but whatever, it's already out. I don't want to dwell in working at a restaurant knowing that I can be the GM, but I really don't have any creativity. I can't really create anything here. You know what I'm saying? I can throw out suggestions. Can't really create anything. And, you have a ceiling. When I first started moving up in a restaurant company, that is not what I just said. Not that restaurant, another restaurant. It was like, okay, I can be the manager. And now I'm getting excited. Like, oh man, well, I'll get bonuses now. And I'll be like that's not really what it is, in small family owned businesses like this. And this is that's just, bro, you didn't go to college, bro. You're not about to do this enterprise. I mean, in the real world, how they, if I was looking at it from, the owner looking at me, it's like, bro, you didn't go to school and we're giving you an opportunity. Actually, you can use this for, catapult to something else. But anyway, so I can't work in a realm like that where as though I have a ceiling. And, there's eventually going to be a point where as though you can't move up, and I was thinking there's a ceiling. It's just what it is. And I'd rather dwell in the creativity and all that. So I'm always thinking out the box and things that I can be creative, and being able to be creative is just my life. I just love to be creative. In probably a bad way, I love to look at situations like they're beneath me, whole black and white thing. That's just so easy to me to understand. Everybody is not out to get you, and everybody is not out to hate you or love you. And however, which side you look at it, it is so easy to me to look at it and just say, that's a human. I'm a human. We're both surviving. That's it. That's how I look at it. It's so simple. Now, I'm sure, obviously, I had ancestors that couldn't look at it that way. These people are fucking evil. I get that. I understand that. But I can't really attest because I wasn't there. But I also just wouldn't think that would be how I thought of it. That's just me. I'm just how I'm saying of it. I mean, obviously, I probably wouldn't have. Who knows? But I've been treated horribly by white people before that I know were fucked up people. And it was just more that they were a fucked up person than more than, they thought that their skin was better than mine. Because I just can't fathom the thought that a human being really 1,000% thinks that. If you guys are raised in the same room and do this under the same, you're not gonna have a big. I mean, sure, your brain can be a little bit bigger. Our hands can be a little bit bigger, or his forearms can be a little bit bigger. But like, it's by a very, very small percentage. So like, I can see that we're just humans. We're all trying to survive, and that's the core of it. The core of it is that we're all the same thing, and just because the tribe broke up whenever the fuck we were a small amount of humans, some went to where there was more sun, so people got darker, and some went to where it was colder, and people were lighter than even the people that stayed in the middle. And that literally is how it works. But, that's what the world makes you think that it's nothing. So that's what I mean by like dwelling in a regular world problem, and I can give a fuck less about, because the answer is so simple. And this is also how sometimes I think it's like, is it just me in this thing and everybody else is an NPC? Because there's a lot of people that really hate people because of just the fucking color. But I understand why we need the hate and the hate and the like, or the love and the hate, because we just have to have something to be destined for, because we really, on the bare bones of this thing that we live in, have nothing. If you really look down to it, we have a faith. Most people have a faith, but you really have nothing. So you're going to need a conflict. Like I just said 20 minutes ago or 5 minutes ago, there's equally amount of good people on earth that there are bad people. Right down the middle. Whatever designed this was perfect. Yeah, but I back to what I was just saying. I understand why we need the hate and the love. Because if everybody was gray, everybody's skin tone was the same gray, you know what the next fight would be? Tall versus short, fat versus skinny. Humans will find a way. They will. And not to lick my own nipple, but I feel a little special that I don't see through that eyeball that, but I am that guy down some type of road. Everybody's that guy down some type of road. I'm just seeing it through my eyes in this, I could be down that road in something less minuscule like politics, but even though I'm not into politics, I'm just saying like down the road in the less, like, okay, Eagles and Cowboys shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's something that you're that guy down the road in. Now, sure, the threshold level on what it applies to society could be lesser or higher, but we're all in a way. So that's what I mean. Another example, what I mean about regular world problems. And so I was just in the realm of just that at this time. And I'm hearing Joe Rogan talk about, 8 minutes in, I'm hearing Joe Rogan talk about this drug, DMT. And he's like, yeah, man, it feels like you go talk to God. And I'm like, I want that. I need what? Go talk to God? Because that's I want to see that. I gotta see that. That's that. They go all my answers right there. I'm like, all right, cool. So I started studying it, started looking it up, watching YouTube videos and people watching it. And I watched a lot of YouTube videos on it. And the thing that triggered me the most is that everybody kind of saw the same, one of the creatures that's in there. Some people call them machine elves or the small jesters. They all seen the same thing. Everybody's seen those things that done it. So there's some type of connection to this drug in human beings. Not to mention that also DMT is found inside of our bodies at some point. Like I think it's like through birth or something like that. I could be making that part up. But anyway, so we all see the same thing. Now, sure, you're on drugs, bro. Like that, the drug just makes you see clowns. It's just weird. Like for that to be a consistent thing across the board. And it all feels like you got shot out of a cannon and you're in a reality that's so real that you can't tell the difference. It almost feels realer than real life. And you experience the biggest ego death. And those are things that I'm like, if everybody is, I have to try this. Like, I have to get to the bottom of what the hell is happening here and why everybody is linking on the same frequency. So I eventually found somebody that had it, and my first attempt failed. I just started smiling. It felt good, but it didn't really feel like I was like kind of going anywhere. Like my senses were definitely like super heightened and like, but it didn't feel like anything. And I'm gonna tell you why in a second. So I'm like, okay, like, maybe I didn't do enough or maybe I did it wrong. Cause like, it's not like I'm like hiding that I'm doing it, but like, I don't really know nobody else has done it. And like, people are scared of it. Cause it's like, they say ego death and it feels like you died and, people are scared of it. So I'm like, all right, whatever, cool. Yeah, I definitely shouldn't have did it alone, but whatever. I did it one time with a friend, but like it was through the pen and that shit does not hit nowhere near the same. Anyway, so second attempt. I didn't get it till the third attempt. Second attempt, I do it again, and this time I actually start to see shit. And it is the jesters. And it didn't feel like I died or anything. It just felt like I was it was the jesters and the like, what the fuck, like the ancient temple faces, like the ancient temple faces thing with the like turn colors. That shit was there. Like vaguely, like not like very vividly, like I didn't have a full breakthrough. So, but it was there. Once you close your eyes, that pattern of that face, that same face that everybody sees, the same, like it kind of looks like the fucking Crash Bandicoot Rutabaga like face, if that makes sense. But it's like an ancient temple-ish looking thing. It looks like it's a part of a wall, but it's not. It's very interesting, but it's there. It's the same thing that everybody else sees when they close their eyes when they're on DMT. It's there. It's right there in the background. And it kind of fades away, and then I can tell that like I can feel like I didn't take enough, cause like I said, I'm scared. Like I don't want to fucking die. But I'm like I want to do it. I want to find out. So now I'm like kind of broken through, but I'm like not all the way, cause like I said, I'm seeing these things, and then now it's like all pitch black, and it's just the jesters, just like faces are just popping up, and they're making me feel like shit. Like they're like talking down on me, like. It is the craziest thing, and it's definitely attached to the ego, because they were like saying like, oh, you think you're hot shit, like you think like you're cool, like, and all this shit, and I'm just like sitting there like, what the fuck did I do to you guys? Like, because it attacks, I don't know, whatever that feeling is of like somebody hitting it, and it's like like in real life, if somebody said like, oh, you got lazy eye or whatever the fuck, I would just be like, oh yeah, whatever, fuck out of here. Like, make jokes. But that shit was like, oh, you're fucking harming me. Like my health bar was going down. Like, ouch. Like, dude, why the fuck are you saying this? Or whatever. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I'd like come out. And I was just like, all right, well, that was weird. And I went to work. Nothing of it, nothing, whatever. Then I try it the third time. Boom. Full blown breakthrough. And this is why. So if you don't do it like kind of overdo it the first time, or like do it you got to do it like 1000% right, you really just get like the mist of the debris, right? And then the second time you get the mist and the stuff that was like kind of sitting there too. And then the last time I got like everything that was like residued on it and the hit that I took. So like it was like a boom. Now you're supposed to take 3 hits. I forgot. I didn't say that in the beginning. You're supposed to take 3 hits, and then you get your breakthrough. I took fucking like 4 crazy jaws, and then like, dude, the taste is fucking horrible. It's like you smoked a tire, like it was like a hickory tire. It's fucking disgusting. So you really cough, and the cough, like that cough when you smoke a weed, and it's like. That last, it feels like it a little bit hurt. Like you might have, like it felt like a little bit of like mucus came out. Like what the fuck was that? Like, and your chest gets tight, and then like it just was like, boom. Like soon as that happened, it was like, boom. The hell? it was like doom, and I was gone. Closed my eyes and I closed my eyes and I like put the cover down at the same time. So like I was gone. Also, if you ever want to try this, you want to have your room as dark as possible just to get the maximum results from my experience doing it. Now I'm off. And the first thing I see is a blue figure, and it's given male. It's like given like a guy, like, and he's like on the jester type time. He like, look what you did. Like, I'm like, what? He like, you killed yourself. And I tried to open my eyes and I looked at my hands and it was like when the Thanos snap, but it was like getting old, like getting hands like they looked like they were getting old, like it like literally like time just sped up like a billion years, like, and it just like they were getting old and I was like fading away. So I'm like, fuck. And I closed my eyes and I'm like, fuck, I killed myself. Now, I had a hint of relief a little bit. I know that's kind of fucked up to say, but I had like a hint of relief, and I'm just like, okay, I'm dead. And then immediately that went away. I'm like, fuck, I'm dead. And I'm like, shit. And he's like, see, look what you did. See, look what you did. Okay, I also left out a major part before I did it the third time. I had to get my mind space right, and I was like pumping myself up to be like, like, you know, like getting ready to breathe. Like, I don't know why I kept repeating this. Take me to the bitch. I kept repeating that. And it's like, I'm going to go see God. Why am I thinking that? Because like that's not something you probably want to say to God. But that's what I kept saying in my head. Bring me to the bitch. Because it was like, I don't know, it was giving me confidence to be like Kevin Garnett, like, I'm going to go in there and you bring me to the bitch. I know there's two different things that don't really make sense, but if you know Kevin Garnett, when he got his contract, he walked right in there, and you know, me and my homies now, we just say, you got to be Kevin Garnett when it's like something that's like risky, but you got to do that shit. You got to be KG, bro. You got to be Kevin Garnett walking in, and I need that shit. And then bring me to the bitch. I don't know where I got that from. But I was hearing it a lot at the time. Either way, I was just on that. Like, I got to go in there and be like, not cocky, but like be confident, because if I go in there scared, I'll probably gonna have like a bad trip. So I was thinking that before I got here. So fast forward back to where I was just saying, the blue figure, and I died, and I'm like, damn, I'm dead. And then I kind of closed my eyes and I just like start thinking like, nah, I'm not dead. I'm one of y'all. Like I'm on that. That's what I'm saying. In who I think is the male God. Like, I'm like, no, I'm one of y'all. Like, I'm not like that. Y'all wouldn't do that to me. Y'all wouldn't do that to me. And he like, yeah, well, you did, like, basically. And I'm like, no, take me to the bitch. Take me to the bitch. And he kind of was just like appalled, not like appalled, but like, oh, you like, you alive. Like, okay, all right. And then like he just like immediately was just like, all right, and just like went away. And then I start going over to the right. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it feels like I'm in a spaceship. I'm not gonna lie, I felt like I was in a spaceship. Everything was like kind of like gray, metal. And there was somewhat of like a window, but it was also a screen. It was a window, but like it was a screen, because I could see like stars and shit outside of it. But either way, okay, boom. Red figure, like orange amber figure pops up, and all that energy that I had of bring me to the bit, all that shit was gone, like, whew. And I felt the most love I have ever felt in my life. It is unfucking describable. Like, you don't understand, bro. I have never, like, I'm kind of like feeling it a little, like I'm getting like choked up a little bit even thinking about it, because I cried. I have actually a video of me, like, I've recorded the whole thing of me doing it and like coming out, but I never put it out because I look very ugly in it, and I'm self-conscious about it, whatever. Anyway, so, also when the blue figure was telling me I died, the jesters were kind of like his hype man, like it was like, y'all dicky. Anyway, back to the red figure. Best feeling I've ever felt in my life. I'm talking like my whole, like from my chest, like it's like I feel it in my soul. Like, this is how, like, I know it's something that's keeping these batteries on. It has to be, because that feeling in my, like, because I wasn't a person. Like, I wasn't I wasn't a person. Like I was talking, but I didn't move my lips. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy. It was insane. And then yeah, it was just like love, like heavy love. And then I'm talking to this figure, and it's like I known this figure for forever. Like every timeline, every nooking, it was always me and this figure. Always. And it was like, before that I even get to that part, it was like I had all these questions. Like she just seemed like I had all these questions. Like, oh wait, so, and I'm like, that's how I'm talking, because like in my head I'm like, I gotta know what's going on. Like, so what's the meaning of life? And she was just like, she'll show me, like, all right, boom. She showed me. It's like I can't remember. All I remember seeing was like it was like a baby, and then it was like the anatomy of a body, and then like, I like, the circle shit when it got the arm stretched out and like that jaw, and then it was like a pyramid, and then it was like shape. Then the shape, she was like, this how you make it this way, and then she was this how you make it this way. She just turned the shape, and the shape, bro, I can't even describe it, bro. I can't physically. It doesn't even physically work in this realm, like wherever with whatever the fuck this is. But she turned the shape, and it was like she was showing me like, this how you go from 1D, 2D, 3D to 4D, and then like once she got there, it just was like I can't even, bro. I can't even compromise with it. What like, but I can see it in my head, and she showed me it like this, and then she was like, this how you do this, and then she was like, it was like she was answering the question before I was asking it. She just knew I had all these questions. And she was like, you want to go from here to here? This is how you do it. And then like the body just moved. Like the image she showed me just moved to the other side of the, like, it was just like crazy, right? And I'm just like, and it was like graphs and like numbers and all this shit. I'm just like, oh, then she like, it was kind of like, she didn't actually physically do it, but it felt like she grabbed me on like, like you try to calm a kid down, like, now look at me, like type shit. And she was like, none of that matters though. Like none of all the questions that you have matter. Like, I just want you to know that we are all proud of you. And I'm just like, what? Like, she was like, I am proud of you. And I'm just like, I'm about to cry. Oh my God. She's like, I'm proud of you. I'm just like, you're proud of me? Like, I'm just like, yes. Like, so she just kept saying, we're proud of you. I'm proud of you. More like focusing on her, but she definitely said we a couple times. I'm proud of you. And then, like, every time she said it, it just felt like more love and more love. And then like one of the last, like, it was like she was like kind of building up. She was like, you know what I need from you? And I was like, kind of like, what? She was like, I need you to be proud of you too. And I started bawling, bro. I'm about to cry right now. I started bawling, bro. Like right in front of her, like just like a baby, just whining, like, and I'm just like, she's like, you gotta be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself. We are so proud of you. And like, as we like talking, like in my eyes, I'm just seeing me and this figure as just like two like balls of light almost, I would say. It wasn't even like we weren't people. We were just like light and just going through time, like cannons, like not cannons, fucking mountains and shit in the background, grass in the background, like, just like going through all these different type timelines. And she's just like, we're proud of you. I love you so much or whatever. And I will always remember this part because me and my grandma, she just passed away like last year. Me and my grandma, when we used to talk on the phone back in the day, we would talk for hours, like an hour on the phone. I would just be on the phone and I'd just be like, and here's the funny part. The hour on the phone part would be, we'd probably talk for 10 minutes. And then the hour on the phone would be like, I'd be like, you, all right, hang up. And she'd be like, no, you hang up. And I was like, no, you hang up. Cause I never wanted to hang up. Like, I'm like, no, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. And we would do that for like an hour, bro. We would do it was just crazy. And it was crazy because in that whole situation, she was like, I love you. And I was like, no, I love you. And it's like, I love you. I love you. She was like, and then I'm like telling her, like, I don't want to go back. Like, I love you. I want to stay here with you. Like, I love you. She was like, no, you have to go back. And I'm like, I love you. She's like, you promised me you'll be proud of myself. I was like, I'm going to be proud of myself. I love you, but I want to stay. And she was just like, you have to go back. I love you. I was like, I finally was like, okay, I got to go now. And then I was just like, okay. And then it was just like turned off like a TV, like, and I came back to, and like not come all the way back. And then like it just kind of zoomed out, and it just was like the earth was one. Like, it's like you are it and it is you. Like, all of it, everything is, all of it is all together. And I like kind of start opening my eyes, and like the glitchy, like it looks like when you're like like a TV glitches out, like the box, you can see all the pixels and like they like turning colors, and it was like coming back, like life was coming back to my eyes. Like I had my eyes open at this point, and it was like kind of gripping back, and I hear the whispers from the jesters, like kind of whispering. They're not really saying anything. They just like you could just hear like they're not really saying anything. And the figure face, the Crash Bandicoot Rutabaga face bull is there, like on the patterns all over the place in my room, and it's like still like coming out, and it's coming out, and it's coming out, and it's like kind of calming back down, and like all the real reality is like kind of coming back, and I'm like, okay, that's crazy. And then I like kind of get up, and I'm like I'm just like remembering the conversation. I'm just like crying, and I'm crying. And in the video, which honestly I should watch the video back, because I would probably know every exact word that she said, correctly in there, because it was like right after it happened. One day maybe I will show it. But yeah, I just basically explained what I just explained to you. And that was my trip on DMT. I definitely would love to try it again in a different setting. Maybe not like right now, but yeah, that was like 2 years ago. All right, back. Go Birds, dickhead.